Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another daily transfer update. Big up to everyone that's already locked in. Make sure you smash a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel. We passed 6K last night, so thank you so much for all of your support. It is greatly appreciated. We're building a great community here, but if you're not part of the community, guys, and you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and get involved in the chat as always. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Get your thoughts in and I'll get through as many of the messages as I possibly can. And by Chelsea standards, it's been a little bit of a quieter news day today, but there has still been plenty going on. Chelsea potentially going to have to lower their asking price for Romelu Lukaku, as there are literally no takers for his signature. Bradley Barcola, the 20-year-old Lyon winger, wants to go to PSG rather than Chelsea. Mohamed Kudus is now going to join West Ham. So that's another option off the table. David Washington, the young kid from Santos, has finally signed his contract with Chelsea, and an official announcement will follow in due course. The club are still struggling to shift Malang Sarr due to his 100 grand a week wages at Chelsea. Not sure who thought it was a good idea to offer him that sort of money. And Chelsea is still searching for a new forward, but according to Tom Roddy, they are unlikely to pursue following Balogun. So who are we going to pursue? And the club remain hopeful that the shirt sponsorship deal with Infinite Athlete will go ahead, and it's believed that Infinite Athlete have told the Premier League that they've already raised hundreds of millions in investment, so it should be okay, hopefully. So we'll wait and see what the latest news is on that as well, people. But let's dive into it. Let's see what you lot are saying in the chat first. Michael, big up. I can only see Lukaku going to either El Ettifaq or Al Shabab. Any chance Lukaku going to Qatar? Probably not, no. What else have we got going on here? I hope we make another 2 signings before the window closes in 8 days. Yeah, guys, we've got 8 days left. 8 days now. It's not long. The clock is ticking. And to get realistically 1, probably 2 signings in, we're going to have to start moving fast. Easier said than done yet. Lukaku, big issue. I know we need to get him off the books, but let him rot. Well, look, I mean, I think ultimately, if it comes down to that, he will just go to Saudi because he'd rather do that than not play at all. Stuart, big up. Hope you're feeling better, mate. Glad to hear you're well. Good to have you back, brother. Nick, thank you. Yes, continuing road to 7K now. Yes, big up, my guy. Yeah, Mudryk missed training today, as did Romeo Lavia, supposedly. I'm not really sure what the reasons are for their absences, and there's nothing's come out yet that I've been made aware of, but hopefully it's nothing that's going to rule them out of the game on Friday. West Ham are getting Kudus and Chelsea are sleeping, which means one thing: we have someone better in mind. Soul is the universe. I hope that is the case, but let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. You know, you just never know. You know, Disasi came out of nowhere. The Ugochukwu signing came out of nowhere. The Petrovic signing in goal came out of nowhere. Let's hope they've got some sort of attacking signing that is come out of nowhere and no one was really expecting, because right now the days are ticking down. It'll be 7 days, a week left tomorrow, and we don't seem to be any closer, but at least publicly, we don't seem to be any closer to getting a new attacker in. Yeah, brother, just how we like it. Just how we like it. Well, no, not according to this. Sarr on 100K. I don't think Sarr's on 30K. Back to Everton for trampoline fee. And Lavia is just getting more fit. Yeah, he's not played much of a big role in pre-season, Romeo Lavia. But certainly with 8 days to go, it is a slight concern that we are still searching for options. We're still searching for options that we desperately need. We desperately need to get bodies through the door. I know it sounds mad when we've said that we spent so much money. Just get that fly. So we spent so much money already, and we brought a lot of players in, but we need more. We need a few more, which sounds ridiculous, but that is the case. But people, let's dive into it then. Let's kick things off with Romelu Lukaku, because after a few weeks of not really being mentioned at all, there are now more stories coming out on Lukaku. And this is a situation here. So Nizar Kinsella reporting that Chelsea may soon, let me just zoom in on this, guys. Apologies. So Chelsea may soon face the prospect soon face the prospect of reducing their £35 million asking price for Romelu Lukaku or be forced to accept loan offers to get rid of him. They also face the issue of running out of loan spots, with new rules limiting clubs to 5 overseas senior loans, and they have just 2 remaining. It also goes on to say that Juventus are willing to pay 35 million, which Chelsea would accept, but their bid is conditional on banking 50 million for Dusan Vlahovic. Well, on their conditions, they can quite frankly go fuck themselves, or whatever the Italian equivalent of that is. But one thing I want to say straight off the bat with this Lukaku situation is we cannot entertain the idea of putting him out on loan, because we cannot allow him to take up another one of those loan spots that we need to go to someone that we've invested in for the future and needs to develop. So as far as I'm concerned, the Lukaku going on loan situation is absolutely no. Even I'd still feel a little bit uneasy, even if it was a loan with an obligation to buy, which is essentially a permanent deal, but it would still count as one of those spots this season. So yeah, look, I'm not convinced on a loan offer. In terms of the interest, look, 35 million quid. I mean, how much lower can we go? I mean, we're already losing a ridiculous amount of money. I think at this point, like, if we have to reduce the price, let's just reduce the price and do whatever it takes to get this guy off the books, because we cannot have this guy taking up £325,000 a week. I mean, forget whatever. Let's just get what we can get for him. But the 325k a week off the wages is going to be will be a massive relief and a massive plus as well. That there's no two ways about it. But I mean, this Lukaku thing is mad. I mean, he burns bridges wherever he goes. You know, burnt bridges at Chelsea, burnt bridges at Inter. You know, now it seems like it seems now literally his only choice is if Chelsea decides that they want the swap deal back on and they want Vlahovic, or he's going to have to go to Saudi. No other clubs are going to come in for him. I mean, I'm sure some clubs might try for a loan deal late in the window to test Chelsea's resolve on how desperate they are to get rid of him. But the reality of the situation is we've got someone on massive wages at the club who each day that goes by, his transfer value is going down and down and down and down. And we just don't have anyone that wants to take him. It's kind of mad. I mean, I know we've set a price for him, and we don't want to get mugged off or anything like that. But ultimately, I kind of wish we'd almost just accepted one of Inter's offers, because we're already taking a huge hit on him anyway. So what difference does it make if we lose a few more £1 million on Lukaku when we're already losing so much money on him anyway? So for me, like that's the way that I would personally look at it. But look, who knows? I mean, Roma have apparently tried an audacious loan move for him. Look, I don't think he's going to go back to Inter. I think the Inter thing is very much dead in the water, as it were. I cannot see how that Inter thing comes back to fruition. I just personally don't see it, people. I just don't see it. What's to say if we don't sell him, we land up paying towards his wage? No, I don't think so, because once he's sold, he's not our problem anymore. And he will have to, wherever he goes, he will have to take a massive pay cut. That's the reality of the situation. Wherever he goes, he'll be taking a huge pay cut. He's not getting 325 grand a week anywhere. He'll be lucky to even get half of that at this point in time, given how his career at Chelsea has kind of panned out to this point. No, that's already be. Is Lewis shouting for that? I'll have to drop him a text and ask him if that's true. Nah, surely not. Lewis knows better than that. Lewis definitely knows better than that. But yeah, look, that's not going to happen. Poch was open to that at the start, but Lukaku made it clear that he wasn't open to it, and the pair of them, according to reports, haven't actually spoken to each other once since Lukaku returned. So right now, guys, it very much seems with the Lukaku situation, Vlahovic will come. I don't think the Inter thing could have been planned all along. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I'd say it was unlikely. What else have we got going on? I mean, look, it's kind of mad that this. I sort of had a feeling that this would drag out until towards the end of the window. There was no way that this was going to kind of pass through nice and easy. There was no way that was going to happen. But I mean, look, guys, I think as the window goes on, we are going to have to knock that price down. And I think maybe teams are holding out. Maybe there are some potentially interested parties and they're waiting for the price to maybe go to 30 million, or they're waiting for the price to go down to 25. I mean, just out of interest, people in the chat, let me know, what's the lowest you'd go for Lukaku? And I mean, honest, I don't mean like a fiver and a bag of crisps. I mean, if the asking price is 35 million, what do you think? How much do you think Chelsea should lower it in an attempt to try and maybe get some takers? I mean, would you say go down to 25? Would you go as low as 20? Let me know your thoughts. I think we could knock 10 million off. Personally, I think we could go to 25 mil, but I mean, much less than that, and we're sort of virtually giving him away. Which, look, I know is not necessarily a bad thing, and we probably do want to give it. We probably do want to give him away, but it is an interesting one. It is an interesting one. I don't know. I'd probably go 25. I think 25. What are you lot saying in the chat? 20 million, 30 million. So only knock it down by 5. 25. Yes, Wes. Thank you. Yes. Big up. Thank you for the support on the 6K. Appreciated, guys. We're now on the road to 7K. So the work doesn't stop. We have a little celebration for the 6, and then we move, focus straight to the 7. 30, 20. Bradley Barcola deal also has issues. Yep, it does. 20 mil plus worst UCL final performance bonus. Fair. 30 million minimum because he can still get goals in a certain environment. Yeah, look, let's be real. Look, he's been a disaster for us and he's burnt bridges and he's like caused a lot of issues for himself. But in the right environment, he still will score goals. He'd score goals in Saudi. He would score goals in Serie A. The problem is that the guy just burns bridges everywhere he goes. That is his issue. And then for Chelsea, this has become a massive problem. I mean, in fairness, this is an issue that the previous owners inherited. So it's not their fault. They're having to deal with the situation. I think it was one of the worst things that happened under the Roman era. Looking back now, is signing Lukaku for the big money we did on the big contract and all that. But such is life. Such is the way things go. Certain signings don't always work out. And this one for me goes down as not only the worst Chelsea signing in history, given the amount of money and the wages, etc. I think this could be one of the worst Premier League signings of all time. I really do think it is right up there with how it's worked out. But ultimately, for Lukaku right now, he's sitting tight. He's training with the 21s. And ultimately, he's going to be up to Chelsea to accept a bid if an acceptable offer comes in. Or the Saudi window closes a week after the European window. You either rot in the reserves and play no football for a year, or you go and join Saudi. You go there for a couple of years, and then you try and come back to Europe in a couple of years' time. Those are the only solutions that we have at this point in time for Romelu Lukaku. But that's kind of the latest, is that Chelsea may well have to drop their price in the last week of the window to ensure that they do actually get rid of Lukaku. Cherky might be the loan option after Barcola and Kudus, maybe. I think next week. There's been a slight delay on his medical. It was meant to be today, but I think the medical is going to take place at the end of the week or next week. Something to do with a visa issue is what Fabrizio was saying in regards to that one, people. That's what Fabrizio was mentioning, that there was an issue there with a visa. But that deal is done and it will be announced next week. Lukaku, biggest 10 flops. The Torres wasn't really a flop, to be honest. Just didn't do as well as people expected, but he still contributed. Yeah, I would still say Morata was worse. No, I don't think so. No, Langsar earns more money per week at Chelsea than Silvers must be on more than 100 grand at Chelsea, surely. The rest I can absolutely believe. Yeah, the rest I can absolutely believe. Look, it's the sort of thing that 100 grand at Chelsea back in the day, or not even back in the day, but when that was when he was signed, that was kind of fairly normal. But yeah, that's the latest on Romelu Lukaku, guys. Let's move away from Lukaku now. Let's hope in the last week that something will materialize and we will get rid of him. This guy has been a stain on us ever since the Inter Milan interview. And now we've got 7 days left as of tomorrow to try and get rid of him. I don't know where he's going to end up. My bet, the thing is, you can't really rule out anything. You can't rule out Inter coming back in again last minute potentially. You can't rule out suddenly the Dusan Vlahovic swap deal coming back again. And you can't rule out him going to Saudi Arabia either. So all options are still on the table, but the days are ticking by now, and we still haven't got rid of this guy. We've got rid of so many players, and it's been great, but the one we desperately need to get rid of in Lukaku, we still haven't quite managed to get rid of at this point in time. But let's wait and see what the rest of the window holds. By the way, guys, 96 people locked in, only 51 likes. Let's get these likes up, people. We need to have another 100 likes minimum, guys. So if you've not smashed the like, make sure you hover over that thumb button, give it a click. The likes are really, really important. It spreads the stream. It helps in the algorithm, gets more eyes on the channel. It's free and it takes seconds. So don't freeload the content. Please do run the likes up, and let's get this 51 likes into 100 likes, people, as quickly as possible. So yeah, do me a favor, hit the like button. Let's get these likes up. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. We are now on the road to 7K. Every new subscriber helps. If you're locked in now and you aren't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button, guys. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. But that's enough talk on Romelu Lukaku. We don't want to waste our time speaking about him, but let's move on to, let's cover the shirt sponsorship thing very quickly, guys, because we've now played 2 games with no shirt sponsor. It's probably more than likely going to end up being a third. But news today coming from Matt Law that Chelsea remain hopeful that the shirt sponsorship deal will go ahead with Infinite Athlete. It is believed that Infinite Athlete has told the Premier League that they have already raised hundreds of millions in investment, and that revenue generated across their investors and backers also runs into the hundreds of millions. I don't know what it is other than simply ruling on the value of the deal. The Premier League have requested information over the funding behind Infinite Athlete, which is a private company and investment links that may involve Chelsea's co-owners Todd Boehly and Badad Eghbali. Now, obviously, for whatever reason, the Premier League seem to be particularly harsh on the situation with our sponsorships. For reasons unknown to myself and for reasons that a lot of people couldn't really fathom, we were robbed of an all-timer. The new shirt with Paramount Plus, we were robbed of an all-timer. Now, we seem to have found another deal with Infinite Athlete, and for whatever reasons, they seem to be doing more checks. But it's fine for Newcastle to be sponsored by Seller, which is owned by PIF, their club owners. It's fine for City to have sponsorship deals that, you know, seemingly have conflicts of interest. But when it's Chelsea, it seems to be a massive problem. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know what's going on. But, you know, right now it doesn't look like, I don't know how long these checks are going to take, how long the conclusions are going to take. But at this point, you know, we're in a situation where certainly for the next 2 games, I would have thought we are still going to be playing with no sponsor. I mean, I don't mind because I think it looks fantastic. It looks phenomenal. It's such a nice shirt. It's one of those that, you know, as a Chelsea fan, as someone that likes kits or whatever it is, you need to get your hands on this one, people. I think it's probably been Chelsea's best-selling kit, certainly in the last few years. No 2 ways about it. And I'm sure the sponsorship deal will come at some point. Obviously, the Premier League are doing their checks. I don't know why these checks are taking so long. I can't see what the potential issues would be. But let's hope that this gets pushed through as quickly as possible, guys, because we do need this to get pushed through. We do need this pushed through. I don't know if there's an agenda against Chelsea or what it is, but it seems funny that Newcastle and City, the sponsorships that are potentially a little bit questionable there, they seem to be fine, and there doesn't seem to be any issues with those sponsorship deals whatsoever. That for me personally, I don't really get it. In all honesty, but that's kind of the latest update, is that Chelsea are hoping that the Premier League will, you know, give the all clear for this sponsorship deal with Infinite Athlete, and then we can finally get the sponsor on the shirt, and then maybe that means that we release an away kit and a third kit, because right now I think we must be the only team that hasn't released an away kit, hasn't released a third shirt yet. We've only got a home kit so far. Don't know where the away kit is. Sky Sports leaked it a couple of times. We normally play in an away kit or a third kit at West Ham. We didn't. So yeah, when's this away kit coming? When's it coming? I'd love to know, because at this point in time, I can't see where it's coming from. I cannot see where it's coming from at the moment. So yeah, away kit, we're still waiting for it, guys. I mean, what are people quickly saying in the chat here? No, I don't think so on that one, brother. Why did Mudryk not train today? I don't know the answer to that. It's safe to say Kepa has flopped at Chelsea now. I don't know. It depends what your expectations were, I suppose. Lukaku has a curse over Chelsea ever since he came back. Everything went to shit. We're going to get into the Barcola stuff. Yeah, the new shirt is great. Yeah, Shano, I've got absolutely no idea, brother, when the away kit's coming out. I mean, to be fair, we normally wear the away kit at Bournemouth as well. We wore it last season. We wore the away kit at Bournemouth. So maybe we'll wear it at Bournemouth. I don't really know. Why can't we go for the whole season with no sponsors? Probably we probably could, but you're missing out on a lot of revenue. Yep, quite possibly. What we got going on there is definitely an agenda against us. I bet it's because we were Russian owned. Well, we're not anymore, so it doesn't matter. Are you going to get the away kit or third kit? Yeah, I mean, if the away kit's the one that we all think it is, I think it looks really good. So I probably will get the away kit. In fairness, I do normally, across the course of the season, I normally end up picking up at least 2 of the 3 shirts. Sometimes I end up picking all of them up. It just depends on how nice they look. Bro, I don't agree on this. I don't agree on this. I mean, the investment and the ambition the owners have shown is fantastic. I really don't subscribe to that view. Sponsorship deal should be sorted out soon. Well, yeah, look, we've got a deal in place, but for whatever reason, it's the Premier League is taking their time to ratify it. Really like the leak of the away kit, waiting for it. Yeah, me as well. Chelsea fans, I don't think the kudos hijack is going to happen, unfortunately. Guys, 116 in the building now. Still only 59 likes. People, we need to get this to 100 likes as quickly as possible. Stop freeloading the content, guys. You know the drill. You come in, you hit the like button when you're watching the stream. That's how we roll. That is how we roll. So make sure you smash a like, guys. Get these likes up to 100. It's free. It really helps out. It spreads the stream far and wide, helps in the algorithm. So yeah, let's get these likes up. We need 40 more likes to 100. So if you've not liked the video, which I'm sure is plenty of you in here, please hit that like button, guys. Come on, people. Let's get this up to 100 likes now. There's this big thing against Chelsea. The sale money for Ukraine is still under the UK government. Who knows? But yeah, need to get back to 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 against Luton. I would agree. Would you get away kit with sponsorship or without? I don't know if there'll be options to do that or not. If you don't like Lukaku will visit your home. Yeah, people. If you don't like the stream, Lukaku will end up staying at Chelsea. So we need to smash a like to make sure that doesn't happen. What else we got here? We will get in our feet back. Yeah. Anyway, that's the latest on the sponsorship situation. People, let's move away now. Let's move to the situation that is of the greatest concern, with 8 days shortly turning into 7 days remaining in the transfer market, guys. And that is what Chelsea are going to do about signing an attacker. We need that big time. So, Fabrizio Romano on YouTube saying that Bradley Barcola wants to go to PSG, but there is no agreement between the clubs yet. Chelsea have only asked for information at this stage. Lyon want players to be included in the deal. Well, we can certainly, if we're genuinely interested in Barcola, then we can certainly offer players. Maybe we could offer Callum Hudson-Odoi. Maybe we can offer, we've got a Malang Sarr who you might be interested in. Maybe we could offer you Romelu Lukaku to Lyon. Who knows at this point? But it seems clear that Barcola is set on PSG, and it's now down to PSG and Lyon to agree a fee, or to agree maybe some players that PSG might be willing to give to Lyon. For me, the options we're looking at now is we're in a situation where, look, for Mohamed Kudus going to West Ham, which is almost done now, like, I'm going to put my trust in the recruitment team and the scouting department and all that. But at the same time, I still can't fathom or understand why we are not all over the Mohamed Kudus deal, people. It just, To me, it doesn't make sense. Because I know there's the AFCON, and we'll be missing him and Nicholas Jackson, whilst Nkunku will still be coming back to full fitness and all that. I get that, but I for the life of me, cannot understand why we would not be going in for Mohamed Kudus. But obviously, Chelsea maybe aren't convinced on the player, don't think it's value for money, or whatever it is. But I cannot understand why we're not in for Mohamed Kudus. I really can't. And then you look at the other names we're linked with, like obviously Barcola, he prefers PSG. Reportedly, Brennan Johnson would rather join Tottenham than Chelsea. And then it leaves you what? It leaves you, who does it leave you? Rayan Cherki, potentially? I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know what scenario we're in right now. But the Rayan Cherki links are potentially making a bit of a return. And then if we're going to go shopping at Lyon and you're looking at Barcola, then you'd probably be better off looking at Rayan Cherki, because he is better than him for sure. But the issue we've got now is that our attacking targets, Elise, ended up staying at West Ham. Sorry, at Crystal Palace even. Brennan Johnson reportedly would prefer a move to Spurs. Balogun is unlikely at this point. Barcola wants PSG, and Mohamed Kudus is off to West Ham. So when you look at it like that, and you're thinking, hang on a second, who are we going to get? And it makes you think, are we going to do some sort of madness where we do drop P's on Brennan Johnson? Hopefully we don't do that. Or are we genuinely working on Cherki behind the scenes and keeping it quiet? Or have we got someone else that, is not even on people's radars that we think could be the right answer to the situation we're in at this point in time? It's a really tricky one, guys. I don't know what we're going to do here, because all the options we've been linked with, as I've just reeled off there, they seem unlikely, or they've already gone elsewhere. So I don't know what we're going to do, but it's clear we have to get someone. We have to get someone. I don't know who it's going to be, but we must get someone through the door. And the days are ticking down, and the options are becoming less and less and less. I mean, for me personally, I think we need two. We need someone that can play 10 and wide right. And if we can find a centre forward, we need a centre forward. I mean, what are you guys saying here? We are pretty bamboozled at the moment. Yeah. Do you think Nkunku will play as a striker? Well, Nkunku might only just be match fit come January, but quite possibly. No, Kudus can create. Kudus can play right wing, 10 and centre forward. He's got decent options there as well, for sure. Cherki will be 50 mil plus, quite possibly, yeah. Yeremy Pino, again, another one that gets mentioned quite a lot. He's a good player at Villarreal, I believe. Cherki, the better option. Poch can stop being... look, we don't know if it's down to him or not. We should get Pedro Goncalves, yeah, maybe. Don't we already have Angelo in that position? Yeah, but he's on loan and he's one for the future. Can see us relying on the January transfer window at this rate. Yeah, I mean, potentially we might end up having to rely on the January transfer window. I don't know. Look, we may still go in for someone in January, but for me, we can't not sign anyone for the remainder of this window. We have got to get someone. I don't know who that someone's going to be, but we absolutely need to find someone to bring in, because we need attacking reinforcements. Kudus isn't a centre forward, would be a waste of time. No, it wouldn't be a waste of time, because we need someone that can play 10 / the right side, and he'd be the perfect fit for that. I mean, could you imagine? I wouldn't rule it out. How far away is Broja? He's back in team training now, but this guy's not played any football since December. So, it's going to take time to build him up and get him back anywhere near full fitness. And we don't really know what we're going to get from him either. Absolutely no on Greenwood. I don't know why people are even suggesting that. Yeah, Sam Kerr, why not? Kudus, bit like Sadio Mane. Yeah, potentially. Dusan Vlahovic. Look, he's back in training. The Vlahovic one, guys, is going to depend on how desperate Chelsea get, really, in terms of how worried they are. They might not be able to shift Romelu Lukaku. And it's going to rely on Juventus to lower their asking price, because right now, we're not giving them Lukaku and 50 million quid. Absolutely no chance. If it was Lukaku and 25 or Lukaku and 30, then yeah, there's a possibility that we could maybe have a think about doing some business on that level. Sure, why not? But yeah, it's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. I don't know what we're going to do, guys. I mean, let's talk forwards for a second, though. Like, obviously, Chelsea would like to add another striker if they can. Tom already reporting that we're unlikely to go in for what's his name um, for following Balogun. Doesn't mean we won't, but we're unlikely to pursue him. Chelsea are still searching for a new forward in the market. They are also unlikely to pursue Balogun. Now, look, Balogun, Arsenal are going to want £50 million, probably more if it's us that are interested. I can't see us paying that money. I can't see Arsenal reducing their price for us. So maybe we have to assume that Balogun is potentially unlikely. But in terms of what sort of forwards we're looking for, what we need to do is find someone like Olivier Giroud. When we sign Giroud, we need a bit more of an experienced striker that can, score goals instantly and can play sort of a bit of a foil to Nicholas Jackson. That's what we're looking for. But there's not many of those. I suppose you mentioned a few. Someone like Taremi at Porto potentially is someone that could fit that bill. Someone like En-Nesyri at Sevilla could be a useful target man. Someone that could be a handful at the top end of the pitch. This sort of mold of player that isn't going to be here for years on end, would maybe come in be here for 2 or 3 seasons tops, provide a useful squad option, not be a regular in the first team all the time, but someone that can be a good source of goals. But issue is, guys, there aren't many of those around, and they're really, really tough to find. Rather buy Vlahovic than Balogun. Vlahovic is the only option for striker. Potentially, yes. I mean, there are other options out there. I mean, I can't think of any sort of undercover or discreet ones off the top of my head. But yeah, it is going to be an interesting one. Vlahovic should get more respect. No, look, I rate him and respect him as a player. I just don't know if it's right for Chelsea. And if Pochettino's not clear on him, then we shouldn't be going for it. We don't have to sign a forward now. Wait for Tony. Look, I've been, people that have tuned into this channel for long enough will know that I'm a massive advocate of Ivan Toney, and I pitched this a while back. That maybe we do wait till January and try and go for Tony. Tony wouldn't be available until roughly the end of January. I don't know how long it would take him to get match fit, but that's certainly an option. I'm sure the club may well have thought about that. What else have we got going on here? No, we're not playing Lukaku. That's an absolute no. Let's go all out for Cherki, who is creative and can open up opponents' defence. Sure, but it still doesn't solve the goal scoring issue. End of January, I think. Lacazette, I don't think would come to Chelsea because of the Arsenal links. Belotti, I think, is happy at Roma. And the series, a header merchant, awful with his feet. Fair. I mean, Ollie Watkins is not going to come. Nico Gonzalez is a winger. Again, Brentford have had a bid, I think, rejected for him today. I don't know if Chelsea are interested in him. Golovin's fallen off the cliff, really, in my opinion. I've never seen a Chelsea manager handle the low block. Yeah, look, it's something we've really struggled with, the low block, in terms of breaking teams down when they just come and sit men behind the ball. That has been tricky. It has been really, really tricky. Villa aren't going to sell Watkins. I would tend to agree with that potentially. Tony will only join our project if it's starting to look convincing by January. Yeah, Raymond, I myself, I trust the people in charge, but I can't understand why we're not all over the Mohamed Kudus signing. I really don't get that. It's a strange one for me. It is a strange one for me. I don't get it either. But it is what it is. We've got to put our trust in the people. I believe Tony might reject us in January if his dream club comes for him. I mean, look, I think if Chelsea came in, I think, to be honest, guys, I do honestly believe that if Tony didn't have that transfer ban, then he would be a Chelsea player right now in my eyes. I think, he's the perfect build. He's the perfect sort of mold of forward that we can get. Nick, thank you for your support, brother. Yes, 6K. Great to hit that milestone. We now move to the 7K. Simple as that. We move to the next target. Who's just said, like I said, Cherky will be crucial against low block teams. Yeah, of course, but we still don't have someone, for me, in my opinion, that can put the ball into the back of the net on a regular basis. And goal scoring, I'm not saying that Jackson won't become a regular goal scorer, but right now it's an unknown. Same with Mudryk getting regular goals. Same with Madueke getting regular goals. Sterling trying to find a source of regular goals as well. These things it's difficult, people. It is difficult. Let's not beat around the bush. There's no guarantees that these guys are going to go and become prolific regular goal scorers. That just isn't the case, guys. And so we just need to think about this. Like, what are we going to do? Are we going to keep our lot and see what happens? Can we get by with Broja and Jackson and just hope that the other guys can contribute and Jackson and Broja can step up and hit the ground running? Or are we going to go with a different way of thinking, a different solution? I'm not entirely sure what the answer is at this point in time, people. I don't know what the answer is, but what I do know is that we're taking a big risk going in with Jackson and Broja in terms of trying to find goals, because the sort of the number 10s, the wingers that we've been linked with, they're more creative rather than goal scorers. And to be fair, we have created a few decentish chances over the course of the first two games. We still just lack that killer instinct. By the way, guys, 131 locked in, only 82 likes. People, this needs to get to 100 likes ASAP. 18 more likes. As I said, guys, as soon as you get in, you should be smashing that like button. So please hover over that thumb, hit the like. Let's get 18 more. Let's get this to 100 people. There's 131 locked in. Don't freeload the content, guys. You type your messages in, which takes longer than moving over and hitting that thumb button. So don't be cheeky. Don't freeload. Hit that like button, guys. Let's get this to 100 and beyond. And yeah, let's get it done, people. Let's get to work. It should be light work for you guys. You always do a great job on getting these likes up. So let's get to 100. And make sure you hit the subscribe button as well if you're new around here, guys. We're now heading on the journey to 7K. Every new subscriber is greatly appreciated. It'd be great to have more of you as part of this community. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, people. It would be greatly appreciated. Let's add as many new subscribers as we possibly can tonight. But yeah, what are you, man, saying in the chat? Why is no one considering Danny Olmo? Again, I think that Danny Olmo's got admirers. I mean, maybe he might end up going somewhere else. You never know. But I think Leipzig would be reluctant to get rid of him, having lost Nkunku, having lost Szoboszlai, having lost Vardiol all this summer. I don't think we want a high-profile player in a 10 because of Nkunku being here. No, but you do need competition for places. I'm not saying get someone of Nkunku's quality, but someone that's there or thereabouts. You need competition for places. I can't see us spending more than 30 million on any income as well. If you can't see us spending more than 30 million on anyone, then I really don't know who we are going to get. That's going to be a problem. That will be a problem. We need number 10 for Poch's system to work, potentially, yes. We have Martson. He found Jackson many times in pre-season. I mean, yes, but I don't know if Martson's ready for that step up or not. It's hard to tell. I am into the Vlahovic-Lukaku swap deal. Yeah, I know, but I don't think the club are that keen on Vlahovic potentially, and the deal doesn't suit us at all in terms of getting, in terms of Lukaku and that money for Vlahovic. It doesn't make sense for us. Martson deserves a chance in the 10, potentially, yes. I like Gibbs White, but I can't see Forest selling, and it would take a lot of money on the table to get him. What's your view on Jarlo of Braga? Bro, I'll be honest, I've never heard of him. Martson isn't a 10. No, he's not. This is the thing, guys. When people say, oh, we've got loads of wingers, and they include Ben Chilwell and Ian Martson, two left backs in our pool of wingers, then we're struggling there. We've got three wingers, and we have got no number 10s in the squad right now. Gallagher could play there. You could try and play Enzo there. But in terms of out-and-out 10s, and Nkunku was the only one. Chukwuemeka, could play there, but he's not really a natural 10. So, yeah. Who's going to City? Maybe we can go for Ferran Torres. I mean, Barca would probably be open to selling him, but I don't see us going for that. Persevere Jackson. I mean, yeah, maybe. Leipzig don't want to sell. Leipzig will demand big money. I would like to see 4-3-3 against Luton on a Santos debut. Yeah, I'm surprised that Santos was not featured in any of the first two games. Let's hope we can see the first minutes of Andre Santos in a Chelsea shirt. That would be nice. Make no two ways about it. That would be great. It would be great to see that. But thus far we haven't seen it. Maybe we'll see a debut for Romelu Lavia as well. But I will do the Luton preview tomorrow, guys. That'll be when we do the Luton preview, and we'll dive into that game in a little bit more detail, of course. But yeah, I mean, annoyingly, Fabrizio now. West Ham are really close to completing the Mohamed Kudus deal with Ajax after sending new bid tonight. Fine details being discussed, but West Ham feel 90% of the deal is complete. Same also on the player side. New bid close to 45 million euros package with sell-on clause. I tell you what, though, an Alvarez, James Ward-Prowse, and Mohamed Kudus midfield, that could pop for West Ham. I can't lie. It could be decent. Also, we know Mudryk can't play 10. I mean, Mudryk could play 10, but he's more of an out-and-out wide man for sure. What is your score prediction for Chelsea Luton? I will do that tomorrow. Will we struggle this season? No, absolutely not. Why hasn't Lavia been seen in training yet? I don't know the answer to that. I think he's in a bit of a disjointed pre-season at Southampton. Didn't play a lot of the games due to obviously the constant speculation around his future. So yeah, I think he's just getting up to speed. Lavia start and Santos off the bench would be good to see at least. Yeah, I'd like to see Lavia making his Chelsea debut. Absolutely, I think that would be a good thing to see for sure. That would be a good thing to see. No two ways about it. But yeah, guys, I mean, to be honest, your guesses are as good as mine as to who Chelsea could end up bringing in. I just don't know at this point. I just really don't know. I mean, do we go experience? Do we go another young talent? I mean, for me, another young talent doesn't make any sense. And that's why, whilst I don't dislike Balogun as a player, it just doesn't make sense when we've got a young forward in Nicholas Jackson that we want to develop and nurture. We really want to do that. And we've got Amanda Broja, who Pochettino likes and wants to give a chance. And then we've got Daxter Fofana on loan, who's doing well at Union Berlin. And then we're looking at, and then we've obviously bought this David Washington in as well. Why do we want 5 strikers all in and around the same age? We don't want that because they're clearly not all going to make it at the club. So yeah, this like the following Balogun one, whilst he's a good player, and I wouldn't be totally against it in terms of what we're doing already, it doesn't make sense to bring in another young striker onto the book. So I'll be honest, guys, I really don't know what we're going to do or who we're going to go for. I think it's going to end up being some sort of situation where it's going to be a name that is not in the media right now, or we're just going to appear out of nowhere, maybe hijack a deal or something along those lines. I mean, you can never say never on anything with Chelsea. But it's certainly, it's certainly one of those where you're just like, I just don't know what we're going to do. Like, all options are on the table. Nothing can be fully ruled out. Nothing can be fully ruled out. What have we got here? Why did we loan Angelo? For his development, I guess. Do you think Caicedo will start on Friday? Yes, I do think so. I think Lavia is on his own regime because he's not match fit yet, more than likely. What's the latest with the shirt sponsor? Literally, Chelsea are confident that the Premier League would approve it, but we're just waiting for that approval from the Premier League, waiting for them to do whatever the checks are that they do. That is what we are waiting for at this point in time, guys. So yeah, that's what we're waiting for, people. Simple as that. We're just waiting for the checks to be done. That is the update on that situation. Jonathan David, again, another option. He'd be expensive. He does score goals. He's more of a wide forward, I'd say. He can play through the middle, but I wouldn't call him an out-and-out centre forward. Kolo Muani, another player, get revenge on PSG. We're not going to get Kolo Muani. I would be shocked if that happened. Not too much, bro. Just discussing the attacking incomings, the Lukaku situation. That's been about it. I mean, yeah. Shayna, you might not be wrong on that one, brother. You might not be wrong. I mean, look, David Washington has just signed his contract with Chelsea today. After completing his medical, an announcement from the London club will follow shortly. The deal with Santos was closed at 16 million euros plus 4 million euros in bonuses. So, yeah, look, guys, this is kind of the situation where we're at. David Washington, we knew was gonna be coming in. That's now done. Now, I mean, do we really think there's a possibility that this guy could be part of the first team squad? I mean, I would really be shocked if that was the case. I would really be shocked if that was the case. I can't see that being the case. I mean, surely not. Surely he's going to go out on loan. People, is he? I mean, is he? I mean, he must be going out on loan. There's no way that he's not going out on loan. People, he has to be. In my opinion, I can't see how he wouldn't be going on loan. I mean, this is someone that's played quite a few games with Santos. It's I don't know. It can't be ruled out, but I would be really, really shocked, and no disrespect to the kid, I'd be slightly disappointed in Chelsea as well if we ended up just going with that. If we just ended up doing that, go on then. You just stay and we'll use you in the first team. He's not played for Santos a lot. It's not like Angelo who's played over 100 times with Santos. This is someone that's really only just broke into Santos' team in the last year or so. So yeah, I'm personally a little bit unsure on it. I don't really get it. I'd be shocked if that ended up being the case. Ollie Watkins, Dusan Vlahovic, Kyogo for sure in the series. Jonathan David, kudos to West Ham, close. Mate, I'll have a look in a quieter moment. Bailey played for Santos. We only got 2 loan spots left to go out on loan. It's Waring, Santos, Washington, Leslie, Martson. Yeah, it's true. It is true. I mean, I don't know who's going to take up the spaces. There's 7 international loan spots, and I think 5 are already gone. So there's 2 more there. You suspect that Ugachukwu is going to be one of those, and maybe Washington is going to be the other one, which means that Martin either stays or he ends up getting sold. That I think is the reality of the situation. So yeah, it is an interesting one. I personally can't see it happening. I can't see Washington being part of the first team squad. But you can't rule it out. Never say never in football. But I look to our senior loan spot, not under 21. Okay. So it might be different for the under 21s. But anyway, the point is, I think he will go on loan for sure. But yeah, guys, this is my thinking. Like, we're 8 days, about to be 7 days out from the window. And we're in a situation where none of us actually really know who Chelsea are going to bring in. Who are we going to bring in in an attacking situation, like for the attacking positions? We don't know, and that is the reality of the situation. We do not know. It's mad. Like I find it strange that we are in this situation where everyone knows we need attackers. We don't really know who we're going to get, but no one knows really. Like, if you ask Chelsea fans, who do you think who would you hang your hat on us getting, or who do you think is the most likely for us to get? You get a load of different answers, because the reality is there's not really anyone out there right now that we're strongly being linked with and strongly being tipped for as favourites. That is the reality of the situation, people. We don't know. By the way, guys, 155 locked in the building. People, I reckon we can hit 150 likes here. We're on 104 now. Guys, it's Wednesday night. Let's be generous here. Loads of you are locked in. It's great interacting with you here. So please make sure you run the likes up. That would be one small favor that I'd be greatly appreciative of. Let's try and get this towards 150 likes. So guys, if you've not hit the like button, make sure you hit that like button. It's really important. It massively helps out. Let's try and get this as close to 150 likes as we can, guys. It would be massively, massively appreciated. So don't let me down, guys. Click that like button. It would be massively appreciated. And also, guys, if you're one of the 157 people in here that hasn't subscribed to the channel, we're past 6K now. We're moving towards 7K. Hopefully get there as quickly as possible. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, become part of the community, and join all of us on this journey. So please, if you've not hit the subscribe button already, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, people. What are we saying here? Jota would be a smart buy because he's a free agent. Bowley, do you prefer panic or take a chance buy or wait for the next window? I don't really want any panic buys, no. Take a chance, potentially, or wait till the next window. If the right option is not available, I'd rather we wait till the next window than make a panic buy. But I mean, to take a chance buy, it depends. It depends who it might end up being. That's really the reality of the situation here. Washington joining Angelo at Strasbourg. You would probably imagine so, although it is hard to tell. I'll be honest, it is hard to tell. Broja could have a fantastic season. Maybe he could, but there's a lot of unknowns with Broja. You know, he's not played since December. What's he going to be like when he comes back from this ACL injury? These are all difficult things. These are all difficult things that we don't know the answer to. What sort of a player is he going to be like? What sort of a player is he going to be like? It's we don't know. It's an unknown, and we'd be pinning a lot of hopes on someone that we don't really know how good he is or how good he's going to be coming back from his injury. So that is a difficult one. Absolutely, for sure, that's a difficult one. Got a feeling we're going to panic buy. I hope not. Hopefully, Broja is the man we need. Maybe Cherky and Jonathan David for me, or Ivan Toney. I'd rather have Ivan Toney out of all of them. Let's bulldoze West Ham for Antonio. No, I think not, brother. I think not. Nah, bro, we're well over 100 likes now. We're 111, guys. So yeah, we're racing towards that 150 mark. So yeah, keep smashing the like button, people. Poch needs to work his magic on Broja. Yeah, end the series or Taremi. Yeah, I would agree on that. Yeah, again, taking a massive risk. Broja's not been prolific anywhere he's been in his fledgling senior career to date. So yeah, let's wait and see. Realistically, any choice isn't great as we've missed out on almost all attacking targets yet. Do you think we should have kept Angelo? No, I don't think so. But I mean, it's easy to say that now, given the position that we're in. But I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, look, it's possible. Sure, it is possible. But I mean, yeah, look, let's wait and see on that front, people. I'm confident we will be fine. But if we have another season like the last one as a Chelsea fan, can we take the players to court? No, bro, we're not going to have a season that bad. Just look what he was loans. I mean, look, it's a possibility. Maybe we do something like United have done in the past, and we end up bringing someone in on loan. That again is another potential possibility. There's no two ways about it. Chelsea might end up with Balogun, maybe. Although Tom Ruddy in the Times saying that Chelsea might be unlikely to pursue Balogun. Maybe trying to put some pressure on Arsenal to say, look, we're prepared to walk away. I don't know. Or maybe genuinely we don't think there's value for money in that deal. But I don't think any options can be ruled out. But for me, Balogun wouldn't really make sense. Wouldn't really make sense, in my opinion. Just look at his loan plus bits of Poch's magic. I think there's something in that. I mean, look, the loan at Southampton was good for the first 6 months. The second 6 months wasn't great. If we're being totally honest, that's what you're going to get with young players. Though you're going to get inconsistencies. Look, there's raw attributes there, and there's something to work with. No two ways about it. I just don't know if he's that guy. That's the problem. And we're going to find out. I think Poch will give him a chance, but. Yeah, look, I just don't think we know if he is that guy or not. And I think we'd be taking a big risk going with two young forwards, personally. We should sign an experienced player like Ben Yedder or someone for a couple of years. Yeah, look, I think the experienced option for me would be a better route to go down. But at the same time, guys, there's not that many experienced options out there. And I can't really see us going for an experienced option. I mean, with these owners, experience could be 25. That's the reality. You know, we could be sort of finding someone at 25 years of age and be like, yeah, that's experience for us. So yeah, it's certainly an interesting one. That much is clear. It's certainly an interesting one. Could we be going for another Felix though? No, I don't think so. The Felix thing is long gone. You know, one of the first things Poch did was make it clear he didn't want Felix. Felix is one of those players that, you know, is just not going to give you much work rate. Yeah, he looks nice on the ball. or whatever, but he's not really going to offer you that much otherwise. And it would be very, very expensive. So for me, it's an absolute no. Ridiculous signing Washington, waste of more money. Look, Washington's going to be one for the future for sure. Again, he might not work out, but he'd be someone that can be flipped on for a profit, and that much is clear. The criticism will grow within the Chelsea fans by not signing a striker. I don't know. Look, if we don't sign a striker because of a lack of credible options out there, I think people would actually rather prefer that than than panic by someone. That's my opinion on the situation. I think we'd rather do that than have our pants pulled down over someone. I think that much is clear for me, for sure. But yeah, let's see what happens. What are you saying in the chat here? These owners don't know experience. I mean, look, I think it's important that we don't put this on the owners because it's the sporting directors that are doing the recruitment and driving this. I'm sure the owners are giving it the go ahead or whatever. But yeah, look, this is the route we're going down. We are going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. Simple as that. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I'm just a little bit unsure. I'm just a little bit unsure at this point in time. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. I don't know. Hopefully this new goalkeeper from New England will get his visa. Yeah, it was just a slight visa issue, which is why the medical's not taking place today, and it's going to take place a little bit later on in the week. I think he will be announced next week. That's for sure. So the goalkeeper thing is done and dusted. We have got someone there. It's just the attackers. The attackers is the big issue. What are we going to do about the attackers? 117 likes now, people. Great stuff. 118. 154 still in the building, guys. Let's try and get this as close to 150 as we can. Another 30 likes, people. Let's get this done, guys. We're going to go for about another 10 minutes or so. So make sure, let's try and add another 30 likes to this, guys. Come on, people. Get the likes up. Don't free of the content. Hover over that thumb button. It's free. It takes seconds. It massively helps out. You guys are great. Let's get it done. And guys, keep hitting that subscribe button as well. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. It's free. It takes seconds. Let's get on the road to 7K, guys. And yeah, hit the subscribe button. Please do that. It massively helps me out. And I would greatly appreciate it. I'm 75% on the feeling it's Vlahovic. Let's wait and see. Kudos to West Ham, virtually done. What do you think about Olmo? Yeah, look, I like Danny Olmo. I think he's a great player. Again, Leipzig will be charging a lot of money for him. Let's make that perfectly clear. Leipzig will charge top money for Danny Olmo. I don't know if Chelsea are going to go in and spend a lot of money on another player. I would say the defense is ready. Yes. The midfield, yes. The attack, no. We need a number 10/right winger. And we need a centre forward if we can get one. Yes, thank you, my brother. Big yourself up. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yes, big up, my guy. Thank you for the love on the 6K. Catch you tomorrow in the Luton preview and transfer news as always. What else have we got going on here, people? So yeah, look, Washington's past this thing. I think it just depends on, it's kind of mad that, we spent all this money and we still seemingly have the same issues where we are in a situation where we're like, yeah, we don't know where the goals are coming from. Where are these goals coming from at this point in time? It is a really tricky one. It's a really tricky one. I don't know what the answer to these questions is. But yeah, let's only time will tell. The next 7 days will give us the answers to these questions one way or another. But I'd be absolutely shocked if Chelsea didn't end up with anyone. I think we absolutely have to bring someone in. Someone needs to come in. I don't know who it's going to be. We're actively working on someone. Orban again's another young striker. I mean, we don't need more young strikers. Yes, he'd be more affordable, and and he's got a great goal scoring record in Belgium and like the lower European competitions. But again, that is going to be a slight risk. Do you think Chelsea will make deadline day signings like in January? I'd like to think not, but it can't be ruled out. You can never say never with this situation. It really can't be ruled out, guys. It really can't be ruled out. What else we got going on here? If we sell Lukaku for 30k, Chalobah, we could use that money and buy Olmo. Kudos is done now. Kudos is going to be too late to hijack unless we do that tonight. We spent $1 billion and still didn't get a world-class striker. Do you think we just release Lukaku? No. Great player, a lot of potential, Dani Olmo. No, Olmo won't be leaving Leipzig this season. I'd be shocked. It would take big money to get him out of Leipzig. 100%. It would take big money. Yeah, it's interesting. Look, even Amanda Broja himself is attracting interest from other clubs, guys. There's been interest from Roma. There's been interest from AC Milan. I don't think Chelsea are in a position to let Broja go. Even if Broja wanted to go, we can't because we've only got Nicholas Jackson. So yeah, that is an issue. That's going to be a problem for us. So yeah, I can't see Broja being allowed to leave unless someone else comes in and unless he really wants to go, because Poch seems keen to work with him. He seems to like his ability. He seems to trust him. So yeah, we are going to have to wait and see, at this point in time, what is going to happen. I don't really know what is going to happen with Broja. Nearly 300 million spent just to loan kid signings. I mean, I don't know what the maths is. I haven't done the maths on that. I mean, who knows how much we spent? It's obviously a lot. Ideally, some of it's going to come back and be great investment for us, and others we might flip on for profit if we can. So, it's not all bad, but yeah, look, we need more. I'm just disappointed that we didn't go for Doku or someone. 65 million euro move from Rennes. I think that's a great price for him. It's a great price for him. Yeah, we are going to have to see. I mean, I just don't know what Chelsea do from here. We're in a really, really tricky situation. We're in a really tricky situation here. So yeah, let's wait and see, guys. Let's wait and see what is going to happen. I think others. Yeah, I do think I agree that adding another inexperienced player like Barcola doesn't really make an awful lot of sense. I'm fully on board with that. No two ways about it. I'm absolutely on board with that. But it seems to be we're going for players like Barcola, maybe like Brennan Johnson. Obviously, Doku's a little bit different now. He's gone, but it seems to be that in that young range. But I'd rather, if we're going to go for someone in their early 20s, that at least we go with someone who is at least a bit more experienced than someone like Barcola, who's really only got one season under his belt in France of senior football. We'd be paying a lot of money for him, and he wouldn't really be making too much of a difference at this point in time. That is the reality of the situation. Chelsea would never have gone in for Osimhen. I think Napoli have made it very clear he's not for sale unless they receive an absolutely ludicrous offer, which, look, again, could be possible. It could absolutely be possible, but yeah, it's not going to happen. Chelsea should look to the EPL for a striker. Now, the problem is now, guys, is that now that there's only 7 days left in the window and we've left it late and teams know we've got money, they're going to up their prices. And the more desperate you get with less days left on the window, then the more the price goes up. So, look, I think we're going to have to accept that, when Chelsea come knocking on the door, there's a premium for one. There's a premium when we come calling. And the later it is in the window, of less time to get replacements in for other teams, that's going to cost you a few million more as well. It really is. Yes, thank you, brother. Thank you for your support. But yeah, thank you for the love on the 6K, people. We are now on the road to 7K. So make sure you smash that subscribe button if you haven't already smashed it, people. But yeah, look, we're kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't sort of situation. Yes, kudos to West Ham's infuriating, but we're going to have to put our trust in the footballing people. But as I said, I can't understand why we're not all over this. I really don't get it. But You know, that's just the way it is, people. By the way, guys, 20 more likes to 150. Still 121 of you locked in the building. People, let's get the likes up. Let's try and hit this 150 target that I set at the start of the stream. We're within touching distance now. 122 of you locked in. Let's knock these last 20 likes off before we round the stream out, guys. And if you've not clicked that subscribe button as well, people, make sure you click that subscribe button. Become part of the community. Join me and everyone else on the journey. Sal Gallagher and Hijack Kudos. Yeah, that's not going to happen, guys. I think we're dreaming if we feel like a Mohamed Kudos hijack is going to happen. It's not going to happen. Yes, we are the kings of the hijack at the moment, but it's yeah. Look, guys, I can't see it happening. Absolutely cannot see it happening at all at this point in time. And that's the reality of the situation. It's not going to happen. If it's going to happen, we're going to have to move very, very swiftly. And we're not going to be moving swiftly. Simple as that. But I do hope, like, in the next few days or so, we do get a move on and bring someone in, because we desperately need someone to come in. We need someone to come in. That's the reality. We don't know who it's going to be, but we need to get a move on very, very quickly, because at the end of the day, guys, the window's ticking down and we need someone to come in that is going to make an impact, but we don't know who that's going to be. And I guess that's the frustrating thing. But with Chelsea, you can always be excited about the market, because you just never know. Names could appear out of nowhere. And that's the beauty of the market. And as we get to the last week, things start to heat up and we can be very, very excited about what potentially could happen. But it's clear that we absolutely must, people, get someone in that is ready to hit the ground running, that can contribute goal scoring wise, that can be a creative spark that we need as well, and can add good strength, good quality to the squad, add good squad depth and quality in depth as well. Yeah, look, I think he absolutely would. I don't know why we're not going in with that. I don't know, but it is what it is. But yes, people, it seems like a good place to round this one out. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. As always, thank you for all the love with the 6K. We're going to move to 7K now. But yeah, thank you all so much for your support. Thanks for tuning in again tonight. As always, 2 little favors on the way out. Please smash the like button and please hit the subscribe button as well. Guys, we are 18 likes away now from 150 likes. If we can get the 150 likes on the way out, that would be great. Please hit this. Please smash the like button on the way out. Please hit the subscribe button on the way out as well if you haven't done so already. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow with the Luton match preview and more transfer news, so make sure you stay tuned for that. There'll also be a separate video dropping on the channel tomorrow for a Luton Town preview with the lads from On This Town podcast, 2 Luton fans. It's a great little video we've done, so make sure you stay tuned for that, dropping at 5 p.m. tomorrow on the channel. Thanks for all the love, guys. Smash the likes on the way out. Subscribe to the channel on the way out. I'll catch you lot tomorrow. Take care. Up the Chelsea and peace out, people.